I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Well, here we are again for our new tradition, although I suppose not so new now. I've been doing it a while.
No.
Our two truths, one lie.
Yeah, it is a permanent fixture.
Seems to be, and I'm somewhat enjoying it, I have to say.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, not as much as me.
Well, you are a bit ahead. There is that to it. Yeah, you have slightly pulled ahead of me, but there's everything to play for because it's my turn again this week.
Yes. This is you've caught up with your homework, and now it's officially your turn, and normal service resumes next week.
I've more than caught up with my homework, and I've also been given some assistance with this week's homework because my son Sam has got really into our two truths, one lie, and he has actually provided this week's three statements.
That's very cool. We like that.
It is very cool. I wasn't sure because I've got others prepared because I've done my own, but I think since he gave me these this evening, literally just half an hour ago, and they're quite good. So I thought, yes, let's use his. And,
well, let's be clear. Have we fact checked these as well?
I have fact checked these. Yes, I have. I have made sure they are actually.
It's not that to stitch us up with three utter nonsense.
Three complete rubbish.
Yeah, it is a risk.
It is a risk. Oh, it's a risk when I'm doing it, to be fair. I do have to put the research in. You can't believe everything you read.
Right.
But, I've got some good ones, but I think I'm going to go with his tonight because he was good enough to do it for us. And
yes.
I think we should
looking forward to these.
So,
fair play to them. We like that.
These are good ones. They're sort of short and sweet, but they're less rambly than some of mine are.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll make an assessment whether it's time to switch out the host or not. We'll see.
Yeah. Yes. Get some young blood in because I'm absolutely knackered. Right. Okay. So I will. You got something to make your notes with?
Yeah, I've opened Notepad and I've got fingers, so we're fine.
Oh well, let's hope they can hit the right keys. Right. Okay. So number one. The Mercedes-Benz W125 held a speed record for almost 80 years.
Speed record for almost 80 years. All right. Yep. Okay.
Happy with that?
I don't know yet.
Okay, no, that's all right. You think about it in a minute. Let's get them down, and then you can think about them. Okay, number two. The inventor of cruise control had lost the use of his legs.
Okay. I'm. Hang on. Oh, had lost the use of his legs. Okay. Could that be a crafty one? Let's not dwell on it. No. Let's have the third one.
Number three. The world's most expensive speeding fine was $1.2 million.
Oh, hang on. The world's most expensive speeding fine was $1.2 million. Right, eh?
Million? Yes. $1 million.
Right, okay. Let's break it down.
Chew on those.
The Mercedes-Benz W125 held a speed record for almost 80 years, was what you regaled me with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that was a land speed car of some sort. And I think that could be true. We'll come back to it. I think it could be.
Okay.
The inventor of cruise control had lost the use of his legs. Now, this could be the ultimate red herring or just good logic. Okay. And finally, the world's most expensive speeding fine was $1.2 million. That, I mean, it is a lot.
It's a big number.
But is it bollocks?
They're good, aren't they?
They're very good.
Yeah.
The speeding fine stuff, I've seen, you see plenty of them about there.
You do.
But it's normally who's got the fastest clock speed rather than how much was the fine.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Break these down, shall we?
I think you should. You're taking longer over these already than you have for some of mine.
Okay. Right. I was fairly confident about the W125 being some sort of land speed car in some form. So, and I don't know that for an absolute fact, but I've trusted my gut feeling plenty of times. I'm going to trust it.
You have. It's served you well in this game. Yeah.
I'm going to say that's true. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mercedes true, held it for almost 80 years. I'd be interested to know the specifics of that. The inventor of cruise control had lost the use of his legs. This is either a very clever person or Sam is crafty. Because the other one about the fine, that is just guesswork, I would say, on my part. Granted, I expect there to be large fines.
I don't think of a way you could just know that.
No, I've got nothing on that other than the fact that people do get clocked doing ridiculous speeds and probably get fined a lot of money.
Yes.
But to get fined that much money, that's the question.
Yes. That is the question.
So this is pure guesswork at this point. I've got a hint of knowledge around the W125 and I'm pretty sure that's good, so I've locked it in. Cruise control, lost use of his legs, versus 1.2 million as the world's most expensive speeding fine. This is going to be an utter guess at this point. I'm going to say the cruise control true, speeding fine false.
So to confirm, you're saying Mercedes true, cruise control true, speeding fine false.
Yes.
Okay. You are incorrect.
Oh, it had to happen eventually, didn't it?
It did. And Sam will be delighted when I tell him.
He will be gleaming.
He will.
Smugness exuding from him will be unbearable.
I will. In fact, I might even encourage him to send you a message on this subject.
I'd like that.
Okay, let me. Shall I put some meat on the bones for you?
I'd love that. Yes. So
the Mercedes W125 was not a land speed record car. It was, in fact, a Grand Prix car from 1937. It dominated the 1937 Grand Prix season, winning 7 races. and it was used in a record-breaking speed run, achieving a top speed of 268.9 miles per hour on a public road.
That's ballsy.
That's brave, isn't it? Leave it to those zany Germans.
That's the Germans, huh?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Super fast in our sleek new car, yeah?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that is true, but not for the reason you thought.
Okay, that's fine. So I knew that there was a hint of fact involved, so that's fine.
There was. I wondered if you'd know that, it being sort of Grand Prix related and Mercedes, and I thought maybe he would know that, but
I
anyway.
knew the code name and I knew it went fast. That was where the knowledge started and ended.
Well, you did better than me, because I thought W125 was an S-Class. So
Yeah,
I wasn't even close.
Okay.
And I thought that's a big old heavy car to be winning a speed record. So you did better than me on that one. Inventor of cruise control did have the use of his legs, but he was in fact completely blind.
Oh, is that is that good?
I don't know.
I don't think that's good.
I don't think that's a good thing.
No,
I don't think cruise control would help.
No. Oh dear.
Ralph Titor was the man's name who invented it in the late 1940s, and he was completely blind. It would have made more sense if he'd had the use of his legs.
So, okay, hang on. Let's be clear. He was the inventor of it, but at no point does it say that he was driving.
No, it doesn't say that he was using his invention, but he was he was apparently one of the foremost automotive engineers of his generation. But he invented cruise control, but I don't see anything in the text that I'm working with here that suggests that he actually operated it. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, that is a relief. Let's be fair.
It is really, yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. And number 3, the world's most expensive speeding fine was $1.2 million, is true. In 2010, a Swedish driver was fined $1.2 million in what is believed to be the largest speeding fine in the world. Now, in Sweden, the speeding fine is not only linked to the speed you're doing, it's also linked to your income, your wealth. And he was quite a wealthy individual. However, he was caught in his Mercedes doing 125 miles per hour in a 20 zone. And would you like to know what his excuse was?
I would love to. I can't even guess at this point. Go on.
His speedometer had broken, so he didn't realise.
I was just gauging what 20 was.
A, it's a Mercedes, so the speedo wouldn't have broken. And B, I think even without a speedo, you can tell the difference between 20 and 125.
Slightly more rapid. Yes, okay.
The trees will move quicker. Yeah, the scenery is more blurry.
Could he not have come up with a better excuse? Because that one it just doesn't feel like it stands a chance. I mean, he could have just, I was terribly sorry, officer, I was turtling. All of that.
Touching cloth. Yes. Yeah. It would have perhaps been more plausible, although Sweden is one of the worst countries in the world to be caught speeding. The penalties are really harsh.
I thought you were going to say one of the worst countries in the world to be caught short for shit.
Well, it might be that too. I don't know. I suspect, however, that's France, because have you seen the state of their toilets?
Yes, speaking as a man who's been, had some sort of PTSD after using French toilets, yes.
There you go.
Yes.
It's not as bad as Norway, though, because for speeding, I should have just
Right.
add.
Just to clarify, yes.
Yes, let's be clear. Because a little bit of speeding in Norway, prison.
Oh.
They have no tolerance for it at all. There is actually a waiting list in Norway to get into prison to do your. I mean, it's a few weeks, but depending on the severity of the offence. But there is no tolerance for it in Norway at all. None.
Interesting. That's, well, all right. We'll be careful.
Yes, indeed.
Mm.
There you go. You
Well done,
finally
Sam.
managed to get one wrong. Yes, he's caused me to effectively leap ahead a little bit there.
Yep. So we remain
Good lad.
5-3. Yes,
We
you're
do.
employing him again.
I may get him to review the other ones I've got prepared.
Yeah, I
See
would.
if they're difficult enough.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Very good. I liked all of those. They were obscure enough to be just complete bastards.
They are little gits, and also I think a little educational. I think we've all learned something there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't speed in Sweden.
No, I wouldn't recommend, and don't operate cruise control if you're blind.
Yeah.
Although that's probably the least of your problems if you're trying to drive a car. But anyway.
Yeah. Problematic. Right. Moving on to normal procedures. You've got something for us, I know.
I've had issues this afternoon. Yeah.
Go on then.
As we will recall, my car was MOT'd recently, the Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing on the MOT was one advisory about the 2 rear tyres needing a replacing. Now, I have dragged my heels on this a little bit, but I had an opportunity this afternoon. I was in the vicinity, and I thought, right, well, I'm going to go and get these tyres replaced, and then it's done. Mm-hmm. So off I popped, got down there to the place we like to use, got down there for just after 12:30, and I don't know. So I phoned up yesterday, ordered some tyres. Oh yeah, we got those in. Yeah. But we're on lunch for an hour now, mate. Right, good. Of course you are. We're in North Devon, aren't we? Yes, right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I've got some shopping to do. I'll go and busy myself in Tesco's for an hour and then come back. Even though my shopping will probably only take 15 minutes, but yeah, right. Fine. I'll buy a sandwich and amuse myself in the car. Not like that. And no, we'll do that in Tesco's car park. And then I'll come back. Okay, fine. So did that. Went back and they got one of the wheels changed. No bother. And then working on the other one, and there was much argy-bargy in the back of the workshop, and one of the guys approached me, holding my tireless alloy wheel, saying, "No, we can't put a tyre on this, mate. Look, there's a great crack across it." Oh, right. Great. Okay. Okay, so he said, but there's a guy down the road here, right, little garage, think he's called Charlie or something, right, and we'll go down there and he'll do it, 30 quid cash, he'll weld it up for you, no bother. Okay.
I see.
Right, so in the next village, you go, right, okay, so yeah, you go down the hill and you left and he's just in there and, you know, you knock on the door and he'll know and he'll sort you. Okay, well, that doesn't sound at all dodgy, but all right, I suppose, I mean, I need it done. He said, he'll do it for you straight away, so no bother. Okay. Right, so off I trundled. How did I find this place? And in fact, I even messaged a friend who lives, or who lived in this particular village for quite some time, and he'd never heard of him. I couldn't find the place, so gave up on that, having driven up and down several times and wasted another half an hour. So got on to the garage that I used to use and that you still do, that is, shall we say, equidistant between my old house and the workplace.
Yes.
Yes. Gave them a call saying, can you weld an alloy? No, we can't, but we know a guy who can if you go down here and just in there. And, oh, for God's sake.
Was it the same person they recommended?
No, it was a different weirdo. Oh, a different man in a shed in the field.
Yes.
So, right, okay. I really don't have time for this. And I'm running on the spare at this point, of course. I've got my space saver on, which fortunately I have one. So right, okay, let's go see him. So, but I didn't go there. I rang him. So I found him online. No website, just a mobile number. Well, no opening hours or anything like that. But it's an address and a mobile number. So I phoned him. I said, "Can you weld an alloy wheel?" "Yeah, I can do that. No problem at all." "Brilliant. Are you there now?" "Yes, I'm here now." "Right. I'm coming now. I'm just up the road. I'll be there." So, right, okay. So off I trundled to him, found this place, which looked like, I've never been there before, but it looked like an old school scrapyard. Cars in the grass, bits stacked, parts of vans over here, X type of state just by the gate that looked like it hadn't moved in a very long time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So it sounds about right. A little shed at the back. So I parked up on what little tarmac I could find. Went in with my wheel and said, "Oh, I phoned up about my wheel." "Oh, he's gone out." Oh,
of course.
I'm going to get violent.
Yeah,
I don't know where he's gone. I think he said he'd be about an hour. I said, "I just phoned." It was 15 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, he's gone out. I don't know. He'll be back. He'll be back. Give it an hour. Come back in an hour, and he'll be back and he'll have done it.
Perfect. Lovely.
Right. Okay, there's the wheel. Don't care anymore. So off I went. Had a little walk. Ate another sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Went back into Tesco's for a wee.
Obviously.
It's a long afternoon at this point.
Yeah.
Did some emails on my phone. Went back. Okay, there was this little man. More tattoos than you've ever seen in your life. Longest beard. You know the sort. Anyway, he'd done my welding. Fine. He said, "There it is. All done. Lovely." Paid him. Took my wheel. Off I go. Back to the tyre shop. I'm on my way. This is going to be it now, and I can go home finally.
You'd think.
Get back there. Okay, so park up. Really busy in there, but they came out because they knew I was coming back. I said, "Oh, you will weld it up?" I said, "Yeah, there it is. All done. Tyre on, please." Off you go. So there they were. Jacked the car up. Took the spare off. Much argy-bargy over in the back of the workshop again, and one of them comes back over to me. "I can't put a tyre on this, mate. It's still leaking."
What?
It's been welded, yeah, I know, mate, but there's still a little gap in it. He hasn't quite filled it. It's still, we can't.
Right.
4:45 at this point. So
I was going to ask where we were time-wise.
Yeah, we were 4:45 now. Nice Lotus Electra parked in the corner, I have to say. That was a high point of the tyre shop. Anyway, that's irrelevant, but nice to see.
Yeah.
So, not as big as you'd think.
No.
So, anyway, I thought, right, I'll phone the welding guy and say, "This hasn't worked. I need you to look at it again." No answer.
Obviously.
So, I'm guessing he finished at 4:30 or whatever when I picked the wheel up. So, right, well, put the spare back on then. There's nothing else I can do with it today. So I've come home on the spare, still damaged alloy in the boot, and tyre, which I paid for at the tyre shop. So, and I was desperately trying to get all this sorted out this afternoon. I thought, I don't have time for this week.
No.
But I'm now going to have to spend an hour and a half on it tomorrow morning, travelling back in, get the welding guy to look at it again, and then back to the tyre shop and hopefully get the tyre sorted. But oh my word, you would not believe
the
faffing and the back and
endured there.
forth. I just wanted a wheel with a bit of rubber on it.
That is, as it turns out, too much to ask.
Oh
dear. I do feel your pain. It's always those instances. I've been through nothing as annoying as that, but I had to go somewhere and I had to do 300 miles, and I looked and there was a really nasty knock in the side of the tyre, and it started to bulge. I can't drive on that.
Oh no. You can't, certainly not on a motorway.
No, absolutely not. So
no.
I went to various tyre places and went, have you got anything? I went, we'll get you something tomorrow, see? Like, no.
No.
Departure is imminent. I need a tyre, please. And it needs to be now. Yeah, and that took hours to find somewhere. And went, yes, we've got one. Can you put it on? The next question is, right, yes, you've got it, but can you put it on the car? It's really important to distinguish that, because I don't want anyone showing up going, oh yeah, we got one of those, but no one's around to do it, see?
Oh, he's gone home, you see?
Yeah,
he only works till 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a real problem. So yes, I feel your pain. So that saga unfortunately
ridiculous.
Continues.
It does. It continues tomorrow, which again I don't have time for. But what do? I can't run around on the Space Saver for weeks. So
no, it seems to me like you've got an early start.
Yeah, if I can. Well, it depends whether it's an early start. I will have the same start as the guy who does the welding.
True. Yeah. No. Yeah. You might have a lie-in at this point then.
Well, that's just the thing, isn't it? I will depart as soon as I can get him on the phone to confirm that he's actually going to stay in his shed long enough for me to bring me around.
Were they able to even identify where the leak was?
Yeah, they were able to point to it. Yeah.
Oh,
said,
fine.
It's here where the weld is. Well, yes, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yes, thank you for that. But if we could clarify in a slightly more descriptive fashion, that would be wonderful.
It would be nice if the guy doing the welding and the guy fitting the tyre were in the same building, but of course they're not.
No, I know the building you're referring to, and it is very much tyres only.
Yes, it is. And the guy who does the welding is, he is technically in the same town, but only just.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, well.
What a lovely day.
Oh, I've driven down roads today I've never driven down before, I grant you. Yeah.
It's impressive.
I've been to scary-looking junkyards and met lovely people I would never have met before. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll take the positive.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was not the afternoon I was planning. It's been very much a day of two halves today.
Look at you making a football analogy. Yeah.
I didn't even realise it was. I do apologise. I won't let it happen
ever
again.
so slightly. Yes.
Oh, was it? Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you here we are, two avid fans.
Oh, we're well into it. Yeah.
Yes. Now, to bring it back to something slightly more cheerful. Off air last week, you and I, we finished up and we were having a natter.
We do.
And I sent you some photographs of a car that I saw in a local supermarket.
Oh, you did? Yes, you did. Yes, that was a surprise.
And I have seen it in the same supermarket multiple times since.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So this is very very strange because it's. I mean, presumably someone who works there. But the
Oh,
car.
I hadn't considered that. Yeah.
I mean, because otherwise it's really odd that they've been there every single time I've nipped in to get something.
True. Okay, you should describe what it is, because
so
our dear listener
is.
doesn't know at this point.
No, it is a Lotus Esprit convertible, and let's face it,
That's weird.
Yeah, because they didn't make one.
Mind you, to the theory that it's somebody who works there, the photograph you sent me of it, the roof is down. Now, usually when you go to your workplace, you are there for some hours. You wouldn't leave it with the roof down, surely.
You'd think not, but every time I've seen it, the roof is down.
Assuming it has a roof.
Yes, that's another wild assumption.
Because looking at the pictures, there's no actual discernible... Because, of course, that's rear engine. Well, technically mid-engine, I suppose. But
yeah.
Where would the roof go? Because behind the seats is immediately engine.
Immediately,
I'm not convinced. There is no evidence of any mechanism or any kind of panel that the roof could be under.
No, and there's certainly, from what I understand, there isn't a mechanism. So I've done a bit of research into this.
There's also no frame for a canvas roof to go on. But okay, you've done some research. This is good.
Yeah. So what I think it is
does the driver put up an umbrella? Is that the roof?
Potentially. No. So what it is, obviously Lotus never made any of these.
No.
So this is, from what I understand and what research I've done, is I think it was a PBB Design Lotus. It's a Design Lotus Esprit Saint-Tropez.
Yeah, well, you can get away with a car with no roof in Saint-Tropez. You really can't in North Devon.
No. So it's it is very much a done at home job, and apparently some of the PB is a chap called Paul Bailey.
Right.
And PBB is the company, and they've done a few different things, this being one of them. And I think the reason we got the extra B is because it's obviously the guy's name, and it was based in Bristol.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So there is, from what I can tell, it does look like there might be a roof.
Well, it's got a rubber seal around the top of the windscreen.
Yeah.
Could it be hard panels that go in the boot? Not that there is much boot.
No, it's not. From what I've looked, it's that you kind of stow the soft top in a sort of folded fashion. It's not on a frame by the look of it or anything. It's kind of a bit like think a homemade version of the Boxster Spider roof.
Right, so you sort of pitch a tent when you want to...
yeah, a little bit like that.
In your photos, there is a sort of rolled up canvassy looking thing in the passenger footwell.
Oh, is there? Let's have a quick look.
There is. I don't know if that's a car cover or if that is something to do with the roof. The seats also have covers on them. But that might be just because the Lotus leather has fallen to pieces.
That's possible. It's possible that that's easier than putting the roof up. Any of the above.
Yes, exactly.
But that is a rare thing. And next is a point where we discuss, does it suit being a convertible?
I'm going to say no, not in any way.
Correct. So good. I'm
I
glad
want to
we've
see
aligned on
correct
that.
opinion.
Yes.
Yes. No, I think it looks blinking awful.
It's just the fact that it's a bit of an oddity is why it's made it very interesting.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I've never seen one. I like the fact that I've seen it multiple times now and analysed little different things each time, but I don't want one in any way, shape, or
No,
form.
not at all. Now, one of those standard, yes, I'd be all over it. Because I
Many
can
busts have uttered.
driving around like I'm Roger Moore in For Your Eyes Only, and that would just be glorious without the exploding bit, obviously.
Yeah, that would be an inconvenience.
It would, but a convertible, no, not at all. That doesn't work at all for me. And I wonder if, well, I was going to say, I wonder if that affects the engine cooling, but they have put some huge vents over.
Yeah, there's some air intakes there, aren't there?
Although they look awful.
Oh no, I won't have that. But yeah, you're probably right.
What adjective would you use? Atrocious? Terrible?
Homemade.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that at all, I'm afraid. No, don't like that at all. I don't particularly like it in that colour, but that's a matter of opinion. But
that's a difficult one.
But, yes, a convertible Esprit. I think I was happier not knowing that was a thing.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we have to be informative. You see.
However, in other classic cars parked frequently in a supermarket car park, leading you to believe they may belong to a employee of said supermarket. That was a very long segue. The Mark IV Ford Escort that we see in the Tesco's that we were referring to earlier. Yes, you are aware of the vehicle.
I am.
I saw it. I saw it twice this afternoon. In fact, my various travels.
It's interesting. You've gone there twice today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? Yes. However, it has something has changed on it. Its alloy wheels were previously, we determined, we thought that they were probably from Sierra Sapphire Cosworth. We thought.
This is going back a bit, isn't it? But yes, I vaguely remember uttering something along those lines. Yes.
Its wheels have been changed for the XR3i Cloverleaf wheels.
Oh, yes, they have.
Oh, yes. Have you noticed that too?
Oh, yeah, but to be honest, like I walked past it quite a lot, and it's just I'd forgotten it was previously on the other ones.
Yeah. Now I saw it today and thought, that's not the wheels it was on. Those are XR3i wheels. I like that.
Well done, you. Good spot.
Now, those wheels are quite rare. Those wheels are quite rare now, so I reckon he's been looking for those. And he's finally found a set.
I hope he's put lock and wheel nuts on it.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, those wheels would be worth more than the car.
Yeah. But it's still in really good nick.
It is, and I think it's being dailied.
I can almost verify that because I walk past it at least 3 days a week at this point.
I think that's fantastic. But it's what's interesting. You look at it parked next to more modern stuff, and you think, in its day, that was a mid-sized family car.
Oh, it's tiny in that car park,
and now it's absolutely tiny. Yes. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? How that has, and here's a concept. It fits in the space.
How odd!
With room to open the door.
No, I won't have that.
No. What an amazing thought.
What a thing. No, it's, oh dear.
It's really nice that if I ever saw whoever gets into it, I would have to go over and talk to them.
Oh yeah. But we could get on board with a conversation over there, couldn't we? Not an issue.
Maybe we should go up to the customer service desk and get them to put out an announcement. See who goes back to it.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think they would do that, but I think we could probably liberate the microphone for long enough to get a reaction.
Distract the customer service representative just long enough to get out an announcement with the owner of the Escort Mark IV. Registration E672 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. And if time allows, the child and me would like to burp through it.
Not strictly related to what we were talking about. You confused me there for a moment. I thought, how's that going to encourage them to go back to their car?
It's not, but it's just something I need to tick off.
Listen,
I'd like
if anyone can do it.
I could do it. Yeah.
Be your good self. Oh yeah. And that big echoey warehouse like building.
That's perfect.
You could get some reverberation going there, I think.
That is what I'm clinging to. I'd really like that. And I know it's childish, but there we go. I can't.
But there it is. You just gotta have to do it, aren't you?
Yeah. Bit of a dick, can I? Let's go from burping into microphones. Just steer it back.
How the hell did we get here?
No, I know. Shall we? Let's steer it back to consumer advice before we wrap it up.
Oh yeah, because we're really good at
that. Well, it's maybe not consumer advice, but at least car news of significance to the masses, I would say.
Oh, so let's try.
Have you seen I think it was today it was unveiled, actually. A new small car that is electric.
Ooh, have I missed something?
Yes, I think you have, because you... I'm going to tell you what the car is, and then I want you to Google it, and you're going to tell me what the actual car is. So the official unveil today of the new Nissan Micra.
Oh, okay.
Now, look it up and tell me what you think it actually is.
Okay, one moment, please.
Have you spotted it?
Oh, I might have.
Yeah, do you think you got it? Have you?
It's okay. They're borrowing there, aren't they?
Well, they're in alliance with. Well, we know they are. They've been in alliance with said brand for some time.
They have. That's no industry secret. Yeah.
No.
That's true. It's awfully similar, isn't it, to a car that we quite like, in fact.
Yeah. So what you've got there is the new Nissan Micra, and is very much a sibling of the new Renault 5.
It is. Look at that. They haven't changed much, have they? Really not disguising that at all.
No. So there you go.
That's like when Rover tried to pass off a Honda Civic as one of theirs. Oh dear. Right. Nissan very much out of ideas there then.
Or getting back into a viable position in the market with a accessible car.
Because they're very much out of money. I think is the problem. Yes.
So this, I know it doesn't have that I mean, I know a Nissan Micra is an old car, but it's a car of the 80s, isn't it? Whereas obviously the heritage of the 5 goes back further. But this could still sell.
Oh, I'm sure it will. It doesn't have the appeal that the 5 has, I agree. But it's not a bad-looking old Hector. And
I I think it will do well.
Yeah. I think
and
it probably will.
And I think when it becomes a little bit more established and we've got more information about sort of config and that, I will be very interested to see the comparison of specking of 5 versus this. What have we got to work with?
Well, of course, we have done a customization of the 5. I think when able to, we should do a customization of this and see, because we were slightly disappointed with the options available on the 4. Not the options available, the packaging of those options.
Yeah, we couldn't quite get the exact car we wanted.
No, neither of us. And it was interesting that Johnny Smith commented on that. I think it was either his review of, I think it was actually his review of the Renault 4, but he mentioned that the configuring of the Renault 5 was a bit strange and he couldn't quite get what he wanted.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting if Nissan fall into that as well. Now, do we know if Nissan are going to be building these themselves, or are these coming out of the Renault 5 factory?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
We may not know yet. And also, do we have any idea of pricing? Yes, we do. Oh no, we don't.
Oh, hang on. Here we go. As with the 5, will be produced by Renault in France.
So it will come from the same factory. They're saying pricing, we don't know pricing yet, but they're saying it's been suggested that it would be, in fact, more expensive than the Renault.
Okay. That's interesting.
It is, isn't it? I can't see that's going to help it.
No.
Why would you not have the Renault?
Why would you not buy a 5? But like I say, it's speculation.
It is speculation. I don't see there's much of a market for people who would buy a Nissan over a Renault. maybe that's just me.
No, I probably disagree. I think that's probably our perception of which one we'd rather.
We are rather fond of the 5 now, aren't we? I think we very much has our seal of approval, which will help it.
Obviously.
You know, I'm sure their initial surge in sales is entirely down to our coverage of the vehicle.
I would have thought so. Yeah, I mean, not even a whisper out of them of thanks.
No, I was hoping for at least one each. I mean, you know.
Well, quite, but I genuinely think.
What would it cost them? 45 grand? What's that to Renault? Come on, now. Come on.
I know. That's a couple of evenings of wine and cheese for them in the head office.
Well, they go. Well, I mean, it's for us too, of course. But you know, I'd happily swap an evening of wine and cheese for a free car. Yes,
absolutely. There we go. That's
well, unless there's brie on the menu, I do have a bit of a weak spot for brie.
A penchant, you might say.
Yeah, you might well say. That is very interesting. That had completely passed me by. I hadn't seen that at all, that they had basically put a Renault 5 on a photocopier and then drawn over the lights.
Yeah, that has happened. But we will follow this up when there is a bit more information. But yes, I thought that was more than significant and worth a mention.
Well, that was very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I had completely missed that. Well done, well spotted.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. So, coming to a Discord configurator channel near you soon will be the Stuff and Waffle versions of the new Nissan Micra.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.